Hello, my dear audiences. I love you a lot. Welcome once again. Come to the show. Jack Chow hosting on East West with G&E TV. Local election is always something that we pay attention to. We pay double attention to because who you choose is so important. Anytime you end up choosing a wrong guy, you got to wait for 2 more years. At least until you can make a change. You have to make sure everybody joins you. If somebody backs up, and then you have to wait for another 2 years or something like that, goes on and on and on and on. You know, bad things take longer time to get corrected, which is a philosophy. Right now, we're talking about the moment of picking up the right guy for a county supervisor for Los Angeles, a beautiful county. I belong to, that I love, that I plan to end up with. So it's important for me to choose the right guy for my county. Right now, sitting in front of me, as you see several times already in the past, Mr. J. Gomez of El Monte, and he is one of the candidates. So far, he is one of the most hopeful, one on top of the candidate for the seat of a county supervisor of Los Angeles. Welcome to the show. May I advance it? Say, welcome, Mr. Supervisor.
Thank you, Jack. Welcome. Thank you for having me here.
All right, very good. I like this opening already, myself. I feel comfortable because, you know, people kind of like, you know, we're human. We're talking about human people. We like the moment we make our good choice, we feel good about ourselves. Otherwise, feel bad, we hate ourselves. Why did you pick that guy? For the past few months, a month and a half at least, we're talking about the SCA 5 resolution, which is a bill to amend California Constitution about education. I believe you heard that. And lots of people say that, well, we regret we did our choice, we pick up the wrong guy. Anyway, luckily they correct themselves in the long run. To them, I give them both thumbs up. So anyway, once again, we're talking about picking up the right people for the right job. So many times I've been asking about you, what you have done, what you want to do. But today I'll ask you your definition of picking up the right guy. What is the right guy?
You know what, the right guy or the right person for LA County Supervisor, whether it's the 1st District or any of the 5 supervisors, it's an individual or a person that's going to be committed, really committed to working with the community, working with business, small mom and pop business, medium, large, school districts, working with any entrepreneurs, working with public safety, working with the health system, working with our children and family services, working with Department of Public Social Services, working with our law enforcement, with our fire department, someone that's gonna not work behind a desk, but roll their sleeves up and get out there in the community and really work. That is the kind of elected official you want. That's the kind of person you want representing you. Somebody that's passionate.
Yeah, I really like your description about the right guy. He's a guy who rolls his sleeves up, who runs about. In other words, to make himself or herself a liaison among all the people, all groups, all units, all organizations, everything for the betterment for the county. Rather than sitting there, picking up a phone, taking notes, right? Or doing this. So, do you consider yourself the right guy, kind of guy?
You know what? I would say, not trying to be conceited, I am the only candidate for the 1st District LA County Supervisor. In me, you're going to have a person that's committed, that's passionate, that will serve all people, not special interest groups. We got to forget about politics, Jack. You know, politics doesn't do our communities any good. Doesn't do our children, our youth, our colleges, our families our grandparents, our seniors. Politics, you got to keep that away if you can, because you got to serve the people. If you're a county supervisor, you have to provide service. LA County, in its entirety, with all its 37 departments and commissions, are there to provide Jack, his family, the visitors to the county, a service.
Very, very well said. I would say it is very down to earth. And you are, by the way, one of the very, very few politicians who hate politics.
I do.
And your term, your politics would be service.
Yes, sir.
Right. To serve is your politics. It's what you do as a politician, right? So at the time of casting our vote for elected officials, we're thinking about really getting somebody within the hand reach, who is a phone call away, who you can see all the time, not only at the moment of voting, of campaigning, and then rest of the years, he's gone.
You don't see them.
You don't see them. You don't see them all of a sudden. Oh my God, he gained some weight. Something like that kind, right? So I honestly can tell my audiences that I personally, after this many, many years working as a media man, like I said, 99% of the time, we play neutral. We don't have a stand. We don't have a stand to stand. But sometimes in terms of doing right or wrong, doing black or white, you do have your own choice. You do have your own choice. Why? Because you're a human. You're first a human body, then you're a media man, right? And to tell you the truth, a lot of my audience is to buy what I buy. They trust me. Because all these years I earned the reputation, the credentials that I don't lie, I don't tell lies, or I don't at least communicate those negative energies. So you, Mr. Jay Gomez of El Monte, joins me today talking about his campaign for the seat of LA County Supervisor. For those of you who just the first time heard the name, there might be. I know the promotion is there, but you know, there's always corners. People just turn the TV on. Yeah, who is he? Right. For him, for those of you, I would have some stories to ask, to let you tell again to people what exactly you are. You know, excuse me for saying that though. Oh, of course, by the way, correct me if I'm wrong. Time of election, campaign, the whole campaign is a sell to yourself. Am I degrading your image or whatever, or am I telling the truth?
No, you're telling the truth. During the campaign, you're trying to show, explain, tell a story of who you are, what you've done, and what you plan to do. You're trying to tell the whole audience, all the people that are out there in the community, all the voters. That's the important part.
Yeah. And I really like the fact that you always keep hitting the nails on the head, right? Because that's the only part you want to do and nothing else, right? So to my audiences, I can help you telling two stories, major stories, that I am myself touched not only once, but twice, but three times, but over and over. Each time when I hear it, I can't help tears in my eyes. Because there are touchy stories, there are kind of grassrooted, very down-to-earth stories that you feel that this man not only has a heart, but has the brain, has the capability, has the wish to serve.
Yes, sir.
Right? So let's take a short moment now. When we come back, though, I have to ask you one more time, ask you about the 41 unit story.
Sure.
That is such a story I can never forget.
Yes, sir.
Every time I drove by, when I see the structure, you know what I do? Salute! Like that kind.
That's
right?
great, Jack.
Yeah, sure. All right. Let's take a short moment out. When we come back, we'll continue with the story of the 41 unit for what? Homeless veterans.